Hello everyone, welcome back to ThinkHub. I am Daksh Khandelwal, your host and host and a student of Bachelor of Science and Applied Artificial Intelligence and Data Science at IIT Jodhpur. And I welcome you to all at episode number 78 of this series. And it's been a while that it's been 78 episode, around something around 3 months. Yeah, so in today's video, we would be covering three most important stories that are making headlines today, and we will try to understand what they really mean to us. And that's it. And the update on the next video, I don't know. I think I will. The next video will be off topic how to study abroad and how to get internship jobs and MS Tech from outside India. That is international trips, international things. So that will be my topic for next video, and I would also be bringing some projects for you all. uh Weekly I am just thinking to make a project and make that what type of project it is, so I will make the video of that. So that's my thinking about that. So let's see if it is work or not. I will let you know. So that's it, and let's move without any wasting any further time with just small intro. So the first news is that the China's Chinese brain reading AI model may help predict depression risk 4 years in advance. So you can say that just a minute, I am just having a issue. So yeah, sorry for that. So in this news, that basically China's scientists have developed an AI model which can be used to predict the risk of depression up to 4 years in advance only. So if there can be depression in up to 4 years, so they can predict the risk of depressions of that. And the major depressive disorder affects over 332 million people worldwide, according to the researchers. So the model was built using the data from the two clinical trials on adolescent depression. Basically, the trial was happened between two clinical trials on adolescent depression conducted in several European countries. In one study, the participants underwent follow-up. Means two studies were there, two trials. One study, you can just read the participants underwent follow-up examination consisting of MRI scans, blood test, questionnaires, and at the ages of 16, 19, 23 to determine whether they had depression or no, or they will have depression or not. And the Chinese team analyzed this data before using it to design an artificial intelligence model used to detect depression risk. Using the final model, researchers were able to predict who at the age of 19 was more likely to suffer from depression at the age of 23. So basically in the gap of 4 years, prediction backed up by final trial data. And according to the Xinjiang's university team, people without depression can easily distinguish emotional changes based on others' facial expressions and response accordingly. For example, responding with friendliness to a smiling expression. So basically, there's all things about expressions and all this. Basically, all these things are about science, expression, skills, and all these things. And these findings suggest a possible mechanism linking genetic vulnerability. So this also linked with genetic vulnerability also. The team's paper published in journal, you can just read the journal sign, and building on this they created a deep learning model. You all know that this model will work on deep learning only, which mimics the brain processes visual information to predict how brain encodes abstract emotional concepts such as anger, happiness, or many things like that. And they found that 19-year-old whose response to facial expressions was skewed in favor of negative emotions or memories were the most likely to develop some form of depression. So they took the some facial expressions and then skewed it in the favor of negative emotions. They were just technically using that term, and they're just shifting that about that, and they're just using that for develop some of form of depression if 19-year-old is responding to that facial expression with the favor of negative emotions. And you can just say, however, the result for the patients with symptoms such as addiction, anorexia, bulimia showed little difference from those with no signs of mental health problems. And that's it. So passionate about science, deep dive into the dive. You can just deep dive into the matters newsletter after subscribing to that. That's some promotions and all. Moving towards the second news, Second news is that someone has written that I gave Tencent WeChat AI agent control for 24 hours, where it excelled and stumbled. So, WeChat is already the undisputed super app for over a billion people in China. This is also a new app. We found something new app. This is WeChat, and now Tencent is embedding an artificial intelligence agent named you can just ring GMVI into the platform. And basically, in its latest earnings results announced on Wednesday, Tencent had highlighted the this AI ZOY AI for the first time, and after gaining early access to the trial feature, which appears at dots, you can just read it. Beyond chatting, an agent that works upon your chat back. So they are not like standard chatbots like ChatGPT and all. They simply answer the that simply answer the question. Where chatbot recommends a hot pot hotspot, our restaurant Xiaomi is meant to make a reservation and place your order. So this is the thing that Xiaomi AI can do. What are the standard chatbots? If you go to the chat GPT and ask for the top 10 hotels, top 10 a restaurant in my around surrounding, so they will suggest you these times hotels, restaurants, sorry. And but what this Xiaomi AI can do, if you tell him suggest 10 top 10 restaurants near me, so it will suggest you top 10 restaurant. And he it will only ask you that if you want to book an order or make a reservation, you can reserve from here only. So just click on that, then it will make a reservation and place your order too. Placing your order to is very important and very significant use of this AI. There is where the center also, while rivals like Alibaba, its rivals is Alibaba's Queen's AI must have built connections with external service. So basically, it's rival, and this is the type of AI. You can just see that image of AI. Obviously, it is written in Chinese language, but yeah, you can see it just like it's writing something and some chat and all this given. And basically slow speeds and misheard names. Despite though bright spots, Xiaomi is not quite ready to replace my thumbs. It was not ready to quite replace the thumb. Trying to place a WeChat voice call to a friend with phonetically similar name to another person turn into the loop of failed attempts. So there was also failed attempts, some lure disadvantage around. But yeah, this is an process. We will just the new versions will become more appropriate than others. Obviously, this is yes. So the bottom line is Xiaomi is far from a fully autonomous assistant. It's very far from that, but it remains constrained by familiar hurdles facing consumer AI agent, and there are some semi-familiar facing consumer AI agents, sluggish execution, errors in precision, and need for human supervision. But yeah, step by step and version by version, it will be just more accurate than anyone else. It may can view if funding is going, if funding is sent to him, sent to it. And very few AI developers control a digital space where social networking, payments, and daily services are ready to so deeply. So very few person just acknowledge them, said giving every social networking, payments, and daily services to it. And Janmi may be clucking today, but it is standing on ultimate launchpad. So launchpad is ready. It's maybe clunky today. Clunky means basically stucking somewhere else and not properly working or all, but the launchpad is set, so this can work properly in that. Now, the third news, I will just make the put the headlines. You can just read it. So, Bangladesh has set terms for India visit by Prime Minister. So, it seeks a prosperous environment before any visit by the PM Prime Minister, and says Hasina's press meet. And basically, Bangladesh urges India to exonerate former PM and suspended killers of radical student leader. And also, sources earlier indicated that talks has been made. You can just read it. It's about Hasina and all. I should not take this. It's basically about the bricks and all. You can just read it. I'm just leaving you with that news. I'm not interested to give you the update on this news. You can just read it. I have given you the headlines. You can just read it. This is the image of India and why Dinesh Trivedi calls on Bangladesh Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. Here is Tariq Rahman on August 10th. So you can just read it and you can just find out what's happening here. So that's all. That was the three news of today. and two was interesting, and the Hindi newspaper was not interesting. That's why I did not cover that deeply. But you can just read it. I have, if you know that how to read that news. Let us take the glimpse of three news. So first news was about that. I guess the first news I just forgot. Yeah, what was the first news? My forgetting power is very high. So yeah, first news was China's brain reading AI model. I can see that encoding overloaded. So just a minute, just I'm pausing the video. So yeah, I think it's good. So first news was China's AI brain reading, in which it can read the brain and can tell you after 4 years will you have depression or not. And the second news was that about WeChat AI, in that ZOV AI is there, which can automate things and can basically give you automated replies, answers, and also can reserve a place or make an order also. Still, this is in progress, but the launchpad is ready. It can serve you as long as, but it's just a clunky period. Means a stucking period is there in Xiaomi. And the second news was about the Bangladesh has set some terms for India to visit by Prime Minister of Bangladesh and India. So that was the three news of today, and we have tried to deliver you the news, and we I have tried to explain you each and every news in detail form, unless the Hindu newspaper. I'm sorry for that. So that's all for today's episode. If you found this video useful, if you found this episode useful, consider subscribing to ThinkHub, like this video, share this video to your friends and families. Until then, keep learning and stay curious.